We got an update regarding the Turkey Tom allegations. If you guys remember last time, if you don't remember last time, I'll leave a link to my first coverage of it in the description below in case you missed it. But the TLDR of it is that Turkey Tom was accused of several girls regarding age play, which I admit age play is a weird thing to engage with. But again, as long as everybody is a consenting adult, it doesn't matter, honestly. Like, it really, as long as Turkey Tom is not actually putting children in harm of it, and doesn't matter. Apparently, there was allegations where Turkey Tom non-consensually was, like, taking pictures or recording sexual encounters with his women. There didn't seem to be enough evidence to suggest this. It seemed like a lot of the allegations were kind of shaky. So for the most part, I kind of don't care about the allegations, but apparently there was, like, an update that Internet Versus released, so we're gonna watch it.
More updates on the Turkey Tom allegations, as now more ex-girlfriends have come forward, along with various infighting among the accusers, with one of them calling another an attention seeker.
I did hear about this. Yeah, I heard that there was a lot of infighting regarding the accusers, and they were being like, oh my god, my experience was worse than yours and whatnot. And so it kind of just seemed like everybody imploded as a result of the allegations. So, like, whatever, I guess.
Turkey Tom's long-term ex-girlfriend Kai put out a document somewhat defending Tom, specifically talking about that during their 3-year relationship, Tom never recorded her without consent or was in any way violent to her domestically, simply that they had a toxic relationship in other ways. However, she did corroborate an existence of a blackmail folder that the other two girls alleged.
Whoa, I do remember the blackmail folder, quote unquote. Oh my god, a folder of blackmails? That's like my worst nightmare when it comes to getting cucked. Sorry. I probably should have kept that information to the grave. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, no, like, I'm pretty sure the blackmail folder was legitimately, like, it was more of, like, a just-in-case thing. Like, Turkey Tom named it just in case, like, they ever came forward and said shit about him. I don't think it was actually meant to be for blackmail. I think it was just, like, sort of an insurance policy he had in place just in case there was ever information about him that would come forward.
Additionally, Kiwi Farms and the two other accusers all speculated and put together a timeline of Turkey Tom allegedly hooking up with another girl known as Creepy Hoarder, who has admitted to being a lolicon and has been accused of other various and abusive things.
What the fuck? Being pro-anorexic? What the fuck? I haven't heard, like, pro-ana allegations in, like, ages. Jeez, being into lolly is certainly a choice.
And
not a good one.
Along with all these updates, the owner of Kiwi Farms, Null, did an interview with the two original accusers, where in it they gave more specific details about the information we have heard so far, specifically about the recording, the violence, and the allegations of age play. Welcome to the Internet versus Turkey Tom's accusers.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, if the first set of allegations were not, like, anything substantial, the only thing I really care about is if Turkey Tom actually recorded a encounter sexually non-consensually. That's the part that I care about the most. Everything else is just kind of a nothing burger. I don't necessarily care about the age play, as weird as I think it is. I don't really care that he hooks up with girls consensually. I don't know. And then, like, the whole cheating allegation. Apparently there was, like, cheating allegations as well, I think. I could be wrong if there was cheating allegations. I'm not sure if there was or wasn't, but either way, I don't care.
It starts with an update to the allegations where one of the exes is filing a police report, and Leia Sapienti tweets out an update. I'll slightly reword this tweet as I'm reading it because it's a little confusing with the names. So we have Sacramento, who is the ex that originally went to Kiwi Farms, and then we have another girl who goes by Creepy Hoarder, who is mentioned in this tweet. So it starts with Leia saying, update on the Turkey Tom allegations. Sacramento is stating that she is working on filing a police report. Turkey Tom states to Sacramento that Creepy Hoarder is a Belle Delphine lookalike. Sacramento pulls up her account and becomes concerned about what she is seeing from the account, as it appears to be the person. According to Sacramento, Tom was still talking to Creepy Hoarder while they were dating. On top of it, Creepy Hoarder faced allegations of their own separately by a previous partner of theirs. These allegations caused Creepy Hoarder to state that she is a lolicon, and she is also pro-Anna.
Why would she, like, willingly admit those things, though? Like, I feel like that's information that you would take to the grave. Like, what caused her to admit that she is, like, a lolicon or, like, pro-Anna?
Screenshot of the admission will be provided below. Then we have some screenshots. Someone has said to Sacramento, you should be filing police reports along with his other exes if he did abuse you all. And she said, I'm working on it, and asked Joshua for advice. Just trying to info dump right now.
Joshua, by the way, is the owner of Kiwi Farms. I just don't get... How the fuck did the owner of Kiwi Farms get involved in this entire debacle anyways? He's doing an interview with the exes, and they're, like, saying, like, hey, I'm trying to ask them for advice. Bro, Kiwi Farms is, like, a breeding ground of all sorts of weird shit to happen, including doxing, including, like, other people's personal information being put out there. That is what doxing is. I just said that. There's, like, a lot of shady shit that just goes on Kiwi Farms. Like, the fact that this is, like, even adjacent to that to begin with is, like, very sketchy.
Now, the first messages are ones that we read in the last episode, which is between Sacramento and Tom, where Sacramento is talking to Tom about how a girl that Tom talked to has been hacked. That girl we know now is Creepy Hoarder. So we read these in the last episode, but then there is new messages. These messages here start off with Sacramento saying to Tom about Creepy Hoarder, where she says, like, bruh. And Tom says, I don't even know what you're saying to me. And Sacramento replies, she looks like a crazy person and dresses like a child. This shit weird. It's okay though. And Tom says, I agree. She is weird and disturbed. I don't know what to say. I was taking anything at that time.
I mean, okay. So it sounds to me like, I don't know, man. It's like, okay, if she was a legal adult, I don't necessarily care about any of this necessarily. Like, it just kind of seems like she was an adult, and I guess maybe was, like, Tom going through a breakup at the time? He says, I don't know what to say. I was taking anything at that time. Maybe he was just, like, wanted to hook up with people or something. I don't know. Like, I doubt that he was, like, turned on by the fact that she was a child. And even, like, listen, if there was age play involved, again, there are allegations of age play. Even if that was the case, again, as long as she's a legal adult, I'm not really going to care too much about this. Like, I highly doubt that Tom was actually trying to have sex with a child.
And Sacramento replies, I have Gooner mutuals with her, unfortunately. I'm just a little creeped out, but that's okay. And Tom replies, I also got creeped out, and she was nutso, so I stopped talking to her. And Sacramento says, that genre of woman are demons, every one of those types I've met. Like, actually fucked up. I was friends with one for a while, and she was insane and fucked me over. And Tom replies, yeah, well, this chick is insane too. I feel bad for how bad her mind is. So, shrug. And Sacramento replies, she dresses like a kid, so I think it's weird. No offense. And Tom says, yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Okay, I mean, it sounds like, honestly, if anything, this makes Tom look better. He just says, yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Like, if anything, this just makes him look better and that he's not necessarily attracted to the fact that she looks like a child. So.
And she replies, I know I've had people come on to me because I look young because I'm small, so it's weird. And then we have this screenshot.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't think this is a sign that Turkey Tom is, like, attracted to children.
Of multiple different Instagram stories from a user by the name of Wav City, who is talking about Ellie, also known as a Creepy Hoarder, the girl that was hacked. And Wav City says, I figured I would come out with this now, at least so people would stop associating me with Ellie. There's been some stuff floating around about her, and I wanted to add to it as someone affected by her. If you don't care or don't want to see it, please skip the next few slides.
So Ellie is the person who admitted to being pro-anorexic and being attracted to Lolicon? Is that the person? Dude, what the fuck? Why does Turkey Tom associate with these individuals? Like, I feel like part of the reason that you had these allegations open up to you to begin with is because you're associating yourself with all the fucking crazies that are adjacent to, like, Kiwi Farms. I feel like, not gonna lie, part of this is on Tom for, like, the people that he associates with. I still think, for the most part, the allegations are heavily overblown, and I don't think Turkey Tom is really that guilty. But, like, I feel like you open yourself up to these allegations when you associate with these kinds of girls. Hopefully this will be a life lesson to him. I don't know.
There's a fair bit of triggering stuff, just as a general warning. I'll highlight the important things because it's going to be a long post. As you may know, Ellie and I dated for a year and a half, starting in mid-2021. We didn't meet online, we met through a mutual IRL friend. This was an incredibly toxic and abusive relationship. She cheated on me multiple times, and did so with all of her exes apparently, and I had tried to get out of this relationship many times. She abused me frequently, as I will continue to detail in the next slides. Ellie would use different ways to get her way, including but not limited to punishing herself when I didn't want to do something, or when I brought up an issue with her, threatening to end herself, blackmailing me, threatening me physically, and most often, something I can't say for YouTube TOS, but doing things to her arm.
Oh, okay. Well, she self-harmed. Yikes, that's definitely means that she's not very mentally stable. Shouldn't do that to yourself.
This included one instance where, while she was upset with me and her parents, she left the room, did the thing to her arm, and came back with the injuries on her wrists. She had sent me the photos of her deeply doing this to herself, quote, hitting beans, to show how upset she was. On one occasion, she pulled a knife on me during an argument where I was suggesting we break up.
Jesus Christ, this woman sounds fucking nuts.
Shockingly, I backed it down. Ellie consistently
Oh my god. Oh, there's more? Jesus Christ, dude. There's so much of this.
throughout our relationship would use this and other methods to coerce me into having sex I did not want to have and doing things during sex that I did not want to do.
I mean, that does sound like it could be like legitimate coercion if she's threatening you with a fucking knife. Holy hell.
There was of course consensual sex during our relationship, but I absolutely did not consent to all of it, and brought this up with her.
Well, that would make sense, considering, like, yeah, I'm sure there were some moments where it was consensual, but, like, the parts that weren't consensual was when she was threatening you with a knife, which is pretty bad.
Multiple times. She would ask me to recreate her own trauma and gave me details down to minutes by minutes.
I'm just going to be real with you. If this is the kind of person that's leveraging the allegations against Turkey Tom, it's going to be a bit tough to believe her because she does not exactly sound mentally stable. So her retelling of events may not necessarily be 100% accurate.
Fix. I absolutely did not want to do this, and every time she would either do one of the things I listed or claim I wasn't respecting her trauma. As someone with prior trauma, this was damaging to me. Farther, all the allegations about her being pro-Anna, pro-lolicon, or racist/xenophobic are true. Ellie was a member of Hot Pot / sorry, I don't know how to pronounce this, Kaliak. She expressed sympathy for the girls that she groomed into joining the group.
She groomed people into joining, like, what the fuck is Kaliak? What the hell is this? Oh, okay. It's a neo-Nazi group, apparently. Huh. That's totally not disturbing.
But she was never abused by the group itself. The group would ask these girls to send pictures of them doing things to themselves or sending nudes and other things.
Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck? How does Turkey Tom get involved with these girls?
Was never a victim of this, but was
like all the girls seem to be consistently adjacent to Kiwi Farms to some capacity. Like, how the fuck do they get involved in it, and how the fuck does Turkey Tom find these girls to begin with?
Perpetrator. As for racist,
did he just so happen to match with one of them on Tinder, and the other girls he just found on like Kiwi Farms or people that were adjacent to Kiwi Farms? Like, they all were connected to Kiwi Farms to some capacity. How? Like, so one has to ask these questions.
Ellie, in the context of me talking about my family members of mine who died in the Holocaust, defended the Luftwaffe, Nazi air.
Excuse you, Internet Versus. It's Luftwaffe. That's how it's pronounced. The inner German's coming out of me. Luftwaffe.
Force and claimed they were one of the good ones. Ellie is absolutely pro-Anna.
One of the good ones in the Nazi force. Wow.
And behind closed doors would complain about how much she hated fat people and would say it's not hard to lose weight by starving yourself.
Whoa!
She made a big point about showing off her body online and had her happiness interlinked with how skinny she was in her warped perspective. Then Leia attaches this picture, which appears to be a response from Ellie, also known as Creepy Hoarder, who is in this whole entire situation, where Ellie says, about the lolicon plus pro-Anna accusations he has thrown at me, these are true for the time.
For the time. Okay, so just to be clear, I don't think you should ever be into lolicon ever in your life. You're saying these are true at the time. That's already not a good thing that you're admitting to.
However, he has also left out all of the details. I was anorexic for a period of time. I was never pro-Anna. I never wished for anyone else to get harmed. I simply hated myself. About the lolicon accusations. In 2021 to 2022-ish, I did used to call myself a lolly and want to be one.
Okay. Just, I'm gonna let that speak for itself. I don't really think there's commentary I can give on that. I'm sure you guys know what I think of that already.
Incredibly cringe. I'm sorry. However, the fact he's calling me a lolicon and not mentioning the fact he frequently would send me the media and go along with it, even though he is now denying all of it, is strange. And then Leia attaches these pictures with the caption, pictures of Turkey Tom hanging out with Ellie, the ex that was hacked, that also admits they are a lolicon.
I mean, my question is, did Turkey Tom know that the ex was a lolicon at the time? Did he like know it at the time? I'm not sure.
Then there is this picture here, along with this picture of them them in the car, and this selfie here of them both together. Now, how this all got to come out was because Left 4 Dead, who is the second girl that went to Kiwi Farms to talk about the allegations on Tom and allege that Tom is into age play, reached out to Ellie after seeing that Sacramento was saying on Kiwi Farms that Tom denied getting with Ellie. I know a lot to keep track of here, but Dog Zero tweets out the context here saying, breaking, Turkey Tom was allegedly not scared away from the crazy age play lolly girl as previously reported, but instead flew her to Maine and got her a hotel, at least according to the second BPDGF.
I don't know. I feel like people are like heavily blowing this out of proportion on Twitter, because it's like I've seen like drama farmers and snarkers like talk about this situation. They're giving it, I feel like this is like the least charitable interpretation that you could possibly give this situation. Basically with Turkey Tom, like, it's just like it seems to be that he's into age play to some capacity. Again, weird, but it's not predatory. But that doesn't necessarily mean like Tom is into lolicon. And like we saw in the leaked DMs that like he even like had some distaste for lolly and like was giving distaste to it. So I don't know. This doesn't necessarily strike me as like Turkey Tom necessarily being into girls because they're underage. Like so far, I'm not really seeing anything that's like super damning about him.
And this is the post by Left 4 Dead where she reached out to Ellie saying, okay, so one of Ellie's friends DM'd me and is trying to speak on Ellie's behalf since she's not online and they don't understand how to post on here.
Whoa, Ethan's not online? Is that you?
Tom did meet Ellie as we all thought, flew her to Maine, bought a
well, yeah, there's literal pictures of them being together in these like selfies. So yes, they did in fact meet. Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Hotel. Definitely not scared away, lol. Here's what I have so far. She said she will get more from Ellie. She heard about this yesterday. DM. And there's messages where the girl is saying, hi, are you the girl involved with the Turkey Tom stuff? Can we talk for a second? It's nothing bad. I'm friends with Ellie, the girl that has been posted, creepy hoarder. She was hacked and lost access to her account months ago, so she can't say anything in regards to everything that's been happening. And then Left 4 Dead replies, I would love to talk, because I low-key don't know what the fuck they're saying about her side. And the friend says, well, apparently, Tom said that he was going to meet with her, but didn't because he got freaked out. That's a lie. They did meet and he had a hotel with her.
Where did Tom say that he didn't want to meet with her? Like, was that even a claim? I don't remember that, like, ever being a claim. As a matter of fact, I don't even remember Turkey Tom responding to these allegations at all. Like, whatsoever. Like, where is any of this information?
And the images were sent, and Left 4 Dead replies, okay, first and foremost, am I allowed to post any of this? I will blur whatever you want. And the friend says, I would post this, but I don't know how to make an account on that site. I've never used it. And Left 4 Dead replies, if not, I get it. I got you, Gain. Do you want me to blur your user? And the friend says, yes, please. I have more pics that she would like to be posted as well. He flew her out on his own will and paid for it. I don't know why he's denying it. So that is the update with the Ellie accusations of Tom actually getting with her, but now there is a third girl.
Yeah, I mean, the okay, like, if that's the basis of the allegations that Turkey Tom went with Ellie, they seemingly, I guess, hooked. They did like regular couple shit together, and apparently like she was into lolicon, and like Turkey Tom probably, maybe, like, I would need to know, like, did he know necessarily that she was into lolicon? Like, I mean, so far we haven't seen Turkey Tom respond to any of these allegations whatsoever, so there's still a lot of questions I have about it, but everything just seems so, like, all this just seems really stupid. Like, I don't think Tom is attracted to, like, underage girls whatsoever, because that's the insinuation that a lot of people are getting out of this situation. Hey, y'all. I forgot to plug it in the video, which is why I'm editing this in a non-cohesive way. I am plugging my Iconismus TikTok. Been trying to grow the TikTok as much as possible, so if you guys are not already following me there, what are you doing? Go follow me. The link is in the description. Or you can go on TikTok and search Iconismus_. That should be me. You can watch TikToks about how confidence could be a potential placebo when it comes to relationships. Or how this MAGA woman was literally saying Zoran Mamdani is a red flag and has massive cognitive dissonance throughout the entire TikTok. There's also some kick drama that I've covered. There's also a couple of Asmongold clips. There's a lot of exclusive stuff here that I don't cover in my long-form content. So what are you waiting for? Go on TikTok, search up Iconismus_, or click the link in the description below to find my TikTok, and you guys should go follow me there. Been trying to grow the TikTok as much as possible, and yeah, that's about it.
That came out and posted on Twitter alleging things against Tom. Now these tweets are actually deleted, but Spectate on Kiwi Farms did archive them, and he posted on the website captioning it, another ex has hit the Turkey Tom towers, except she didn't really say much.
Why the fuck is this Kiwi Farms profile's bio is just an Ouroboros of pure rape? Dude, what the fuck is happening?
Dated him.
God, I hate Kiwi Farm spaces. They're so fucking strange.
For like 2 months, lol. And it's a post by M saying, I was going out with Turkey Tom from October to November of 2024. Here's what happened. We met on Tinder. Throughout the time I dated him, he seemed pretty normal. A few things I learned about Tom. He loves cocaine.
Okay. Now we have somebody who loves cocaine. Cool, I guess. Don't do drugs. Not good, but, he's not a... doesn't make him a reprehensible person.
His words, not mine. He was texting Meowdelin the entire time we saw each other, assuming that her real name is Madeline and it wasn't just a different Madeline in his phone. He ended things with me over text shortly after his trip to Texas.
Oh, that sucks. Maybe talk to a therapist. I don't know.
He never talked about his career online. He really wanted to be an artist.
I think it's very strange that she's coming out with this now, the moment the allegations happened, like, of Turkey Tom being with all these other girls. Now this ex is suddenly coming out and being like, oh my god, I had literally all these allegations seem to boil down to is that she had a terrible relationship with Turkey Tom. Oh no, talk to a therapist. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, why are you talking about it now?
His house was almost completely empty except for the basement where he did his work. If anyone would like more
oh my god, feel free to
details, feel free to message me. Some things I can't say on here.
So why even bother bringing this up at all? This is stupid. I don't know, man. This whole thing seems so stupid. Like, this entire, like, all these allegations just seem really blown out of proportion. Like, it just feels like there's not conclusive evidence on the more serious allegations necessarily. There's not enough conclusive evidence regarding that. There's, like, it seems like the accusers are, like, just kind of self-immolating with a lot of their narratives. This is stupid. I don't know, man. I don't care. I don't care.
Yes, it's a nothing burger, but I figured I'd hop in.
Oh. Okay. I love it. Cool stuff, I guess.
Then after this got posted and deleted, Left 4 Dead actually replied to it as well on Kiwi Farms. This is the second ex again, saying, hello friends, I'm alive, here's some responses. First off, I only ever mentioned my BPD to show he obviously has a type, and definitely goes after this type, because it's more known that BPD girls are crazy and bitter, and so it's an easy way for him to beat women and treat them like shit and get away with it. I've never used it as an excuse, and I don't think I've even exhibited insane BPD girl behavior in the—
Well, again, like, if we remember from the last allegations, what it originally boiled down to was Turkey Tom was a little bit rough in the bed, and he likes to have some rough sex, and it seemed like it was consensual based on what I heard. But, you know, if you revoke consent in the middle of it and then he continued afterwards, would be absolutely an issue, but it doesn't really seem like that's what happened.
Thread, lil. Then she spectates a thread here and says, this girl is 1000% an attention whore and just hopped on the train in hopes of getting noticed.
Yeah, it seems like that's the case.
Deemed me very odd messages. Also obviously self-conscious. She called herself chopped and fat multiple times. What a mess. Also, photo of new Ethod posing and smiling with Tom's Tinder profile up, not even swiped on him yet. So
ooh, the accusers are infighting. Do I smell an infight coming up?
She definitely knew who he was. Really just posting this to out the attention whore, trying to fuck up actual evidence because she wants her 2 seconds of forum fame. Then she continues to reply some other users about Ellie, like Jandal, who says, he did definitely meet with her, and I feel like their DMs would show some of that behavior. And the leaks regarding her ex, age play and kid stuff was a major part of her relationship, and she was really into it. There are texts of them sending lolly, pee back and forth, and her calling herself a little girl and shit. We're just waiting on Left 4 Dead to get more info out of her at the moment. And Left 4 Dead replies, I'm still waiting on Ellie's friend, while doing everything I can to try and get in contact with just her. I think I can get her to talk if I can get in contact, shaking my head. And a user MA5B saying, I'm not too hopeful about this happening. It seems she tried to run away from her online presence. Everything we know about her interactions with Tom comes through other people. She hasn't actually said anything. Supposedly her account is still hacked according to the messages with her friend that Katie posted, but that could just be fake and part of the blackmail scheme. Assuming it's real though,
well, again, this whole thing about the blackmail, I don't even know, like, from what I remember, like, the blackmail thing stemmed from the fact that Turkey Tom had a folder called Just In Case, which is in relation to, like, these allegations. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with the fact that, like, what else do we need to know about with the blackmail thing? It kind of just seems like he doesn't actually legitimately have blackmail.
probably doesn't have access to the messages unless she took screenshots at the time, so we wouldn't have any proof of it beyond her testimony, which could easily be swept by calling her a crazed BPD whore. True by all accounts. I lean towards the theory that her being hacked is part of a scheme ran by her pimp boyfriend or something similar, but in either case, we're not getting anything as long as Tom doesn't run out of money. And Left 4 Dead replies, I agree that her being hacked and the blackmail was def a scam, probably lol. A lot of these lolly type girls do stuff like that. I've seen it 100 times. And another poster from Jandal saying, well, Ellie already seems like she wants to. She shared the pictures which exposed her as a catfish. To me, that's indicative that she's going to be open. According to Left 4 Dead, Ellie is sending more, but perhaps Left 4 Dead is taking our advice and compiling it into one thing instead of posting it all out of context.
Oh my god, this whole situation is so stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Oh my god, it's like every accuser is just like constantly imploding, and like I haven't seen anything definitive that would make me want to like condemn Turkey Tom. If he likes Lolly, that would definitely be damning. I don't think I just don't really think that it just seems like he likes the fucking like age play more than anything else. That doesn't necessarily mean he's attracted to kids or something. It's just like, age play, role play, which is weird, but like it's just like whatever. Everybody seemed to be a consenting adult. I just like, okay, whatever.
I understand this, and I'm kind of in the middle. You raise a good point about her possibly not having the text, though, but I'm leaning towards she will be sharing more. Just how damning what she shares is yet to be seen. And Left 4 Dead replies, when I do get a response, that is my plan. I will compile it all first and add contact, if she'll fucking talk to me. Then MA5B says, she hasn't posted since earlier in the afternoon. It's either that or something's up and she's spooked. Possibly legal threats from the night artist. Sacramento mentioned she believed he was talking to a lawyer, and you can freely send frivolous cease and desist if you want to scare someone. And Left 4 Dead replies, Tom hasn't tried to contact me at all. I just haven't posted because I was busy yesterday evening, lol. Tom did finally block me on Instagram though. And then another post by Jandal where Jandal's saying true, but it definitely needs more, and I think the lolicon shit needs to be at the top. I've provided even more proof for incongruous that she's a straight up auto pedo. I've been deep diving into the threads about her on LC. Majority of these images are from 2022 to 2023, which is during the time Tom was following / sexting / meeting her. Her profile pictures are insane.
Well, again, if they're consensual adults, I don't really care that they were sexting and meeting up with each other.
There's so much of this shit, it's her entire online presence. And then he attaches this picture with a section zoomed in and the caption pacifier, and then some posts by Ellie like this one where she says breedable puppy disorder. This post where she says,
oh my god, I don't feel comfortable having these on stream. I think I'm just gonna censor this. Also, why the fuck is this on Steam? Like, this legitimately seems like, why the fuck are, like, it just seems like a recipe for disaster that these, like, games of, like, lolly aren't I don't know. I don't feel comfortable having this on screen. Like, I wouldn't doubt that Ellie is into lolicon to some capacity. I mean, she literally admitted it. Actually, never mind. She literally admitted it. Just censor this. Like, I don't feel comfortable having this here.
126.7 hours of the coffin of Andy and Lele. This picture here censored with the caption, what the hell is this on?
I don't feel like I should be viewing this. I'm also gonna censor this. Holy fuck, dude.
Ellie's wall. The fuck? From a story.
That is disgusting. Jesus Christ. I don't even want to describe what I'm looking at, and I'm certainly not gonna risk having it in this YouTube video.
She recently posted this picture here of Ellie with a body pillow and the caption Eeper back in 2022.
Okay, we're gonna censor this as well. I'm just not risking it. I really don't feel like risking it for this YouTube video.
And again, this picture of Ellie with a body pillow in the corner. And then here at the center, there is the other side of the body pillow. You can just see the back end and her caption, I'm so hungry, but absolutely nothing sounds appetizing. Left 4 Dead replied,
okay, finally, we can show shit again. Jesus Christ, dude. That was, like, absolutely fucking nasty.
this by saying, this is fucking insane, lol. She is disgusting. Funny though, I'm pretty sure Tom loved that Andy and Lele game. Isn't it a weird ass low-key incest game? And then a new post by 2FA saying, one more thing for now. Has it been mentioned that when Tom had 1 million YouTube subscribers, he couldn't even sell a makeshift plushie doll like similar, like by comparison to his audience size? I heard Nick Diorio in a stream that Tom had to buy his own plushie doll in a large amount to get it over the threshold, so they just ship out. If I find anything else as I look through what I have, I'll post.
Whoa, Nicholas Diorio's in on the lolicon scheme? Oh no!
I just find this kind of thing amusing. I've deliberately cut the times I took the screenshots there.
Just for clarity, I don't actually think Nicholas Diorio is in on this thing. I'm kind of like checked out of this drama because all of this just seems really stupid, to be brutally honest with you. I kind of just like don't care. There's not conclusive evidence on like any of these claims.
for transparency. And Left 4 Dead replies, this is true for sure, and is the reason me and Sack have plushies. He hasn't been in his closet full of...
And also, Turkey Tom is yet to respond to these allegations. I'm sure he will eventually.
Like at least 50 of them, lol. Glad to see Sack said similar. Then there's a post by Sacramento where she says, you can choose to believe what you want about this situation. Katie or I, if not both of us, have posted definitive proof on this website of the following. Hitting/squeezing face hard enough to cause bruising. One of Katie's texts confirmed the fact he was filming during sex. Caused a severe vaginal bleeding after intercourse. Sending news to an age player with an insane lolicon past that he definitely knew about. Meeting up and presumably having sex with the age player lolicon girl. We literally keep digging for more info, but Ellie hasn't responded. Maybe she freaked. I'm almost 100% certain Tom did age play with her though.
I don't care about the age play allegations, to be honest with you. I don't care. It means nothing to me, quite honestly. Like, I think it's weird. Like, I think it's nasty. But, like, I don't think that's, like, a condemnation of somebody's character if they were a legal adult. I don't care. It means nothing to me. Like, this is a whole conversation about kinks. It's like, Turkey Tom, I don't think Turkey Tom is into children. As long as Turkey Tom is not involving actual children in his shit, I don't care.
Telling us it's attractive we look like children, i.e. small boobs. And Left 4 Dead says, yeah, anyone calling it a nothing burger is a coping retard.
Whoa!
Then we have Dick the Master saying, Tom's associate Brody TV made a post in defense of Tom, and it's a post by Brody saying, I hate drama, but these allegations against my boy Turkey Tom are a load of bullshit. This chick's a straight up liar. She just fucked up bad.
Interesting.
And Left 4 Dead replies, Brody, we are not scared of your sped ass. If the night RS...
Jesus Christ, sped ass? I think that's fucked up. Jesus Christ.
were to come out against us, it would be even worse because in doing so, he would have to admit to having a CNC/R fetish, beating women during sex without explicit permission.
I mean, that is a serious claim. I haven't seen any, like, explicit evidence that supports those claims. I mean, like I said, it sounds to me like he's a little bit rough in the bed more than usual. But I just don't know if this really... I don't even know if there's, like, any substantial evidence for me to say that, like, Turkey Tom did a bad thing.
And fucking a lolicon lolcow. I guess you could try to say we liked being beat up / still stayed after, but that would still look so bad on him. There are also most likely multiple other women who have the same experience as us, so we will be proven right eventually.
If you say so. I mean, I haven't seen anything that really confirms anything so far. It just kind of seems... I don't know. I'm just not really shitting my pants over this, apart from, like, maybe the recording without consent. That part is the part that I would need to know about more, but... nobody seems to be proving it, and I'm operating with innocent until proven guilty, as most people should be doing, so there's no evidence. I can't really go off the narrative that Turkey Tom is like this guilty person that people are trying to make him out to be.
Dick the Master then also says Clorox Katie got into an argument with a commentary attention whore Salvo.
Okay, just censor this. There's a slur, the F slur here, so I'm just gonna have this censored for now.
Pancakes, and it's a conversation starting where Katie...
okay, not anymore.
He says, I would never talk to you. You're a weirdo. I don't like you. You sound like you hate women. And Salvo quotes her saying, Turkey Tom's washed up ex checking in. I don't hate women, but I hate you. You should move carefully. You're in my arena now. And Katie replies, he wants to knight army, guys. That's why he's saying watch out. And Salvo says, okay, let's make up. And Katie says, you're not getting an interview, little bro. And Salvo replies, thoughts on this take, attaching a video where he says, my complete 180 on Turkey Tom drama. These girls should be rebuked from society. They're the problem. And Katie says, I haven't listened to this because I don't like your voice. But from what I have seen, I think you said this after KF started spamming the hard R. So I think you're just mad because of that, and we won't just talk to you.
Why are these people so weird? Like, what the fuck is up with, like, people just, like, hanging out with, like, I don't know, man, like, getting, like, massive Destiny flashbacks. Like, I wouldn't doubt, like, part of Turkey Tom getting some inspiration from Destiny is true, where he, like, may hang out with girls with BPD that might be, like, potentially crazy. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, it seems like a lot of these girls do have BPD to some extent. Maybe it's because Tom doesn't vet out his girls well, or maybe he actually did do something bad and he can now be like, oh, they're crazy. But so far, Turkey Tom hasn't even responded to these allegations yet. He has been as silent as a fucking weeping angel statue.
And Salvo replies, typical. The BPD whore hyper aware of all the negative attention. How does it feel? Are the girlies supportive in your DMs? And Katie says, gonna ignore the fact KF thinks you're a loser? Just bringing up my BPD? Boring. No wonder no one watches you. And Salvo replies, everyone on KF, including you, are bottom of the barrel of society. And Katie says, if you feel that...
it's a little too red-pilled for my liking.
away, then why is your whole account literally regurgitating points from there? You have no life. And Left 4 Dead says, guys, I was trapped at work with only Twitter.
Alright, censor this again. There's an F slur on screen again, so just gonna censor this.
And no choice but to clown the F. Plus, I never DM'd him. I talked to someone else, and they sent my DMs to him, and his ass lied on Twitter saying he was in contact with me. What an F. And then another post by Dick the Master saying Katie talking to another girl and calls Tom a MMA gigagooner, where we have another post by EMS saying,
Alright, I think we're good now. But I don't know why the fucking F slur keeps showing up. Internet Versus, stop showing that post, please.
I hope it dies down, but like some—
Oh, god damn it, it's gonna come up on screen again. Ugh.
Random leaks of media are coming out. I don't know what her name is. Close friend's story being shared, like that's so strange. And Katie replies, girl, he's a freak. And if he ain't hit you up already, then your chance is over. Stop gooning over a man who would beat the piss out of you. And then EMS replies, I'm 16. Why would you think I had a chance with him? Everything I posted about him was before everything came out. Get off my ass. And Left 4 Dead replies saying, well, the girl—
Alright, censor this again, please.
Tom Gooners are actually mentally molested and the perfect victim for him. So then back over to—
Okay, thank God. Jesus Christ, stop showing these fucking, like, photos. Jesus Christ.
Twitter, we have Danelle Torres Burgos, who posts a screenshot of this post and captions it, what is going on?
Sorry for the people that are viewing this, by the way, if, like, the video keeps going in and out. I have to censor so much because, like, there was, like, lolicon earlier in this video. Not gonna lie, Internet Versus, I don't know why you're comfortable showing that shit. I feel like it would have been better if you censored a majority of it. It seems like he did, but I'm just not willing to, like, take the risk of it. And then for, like, the, F slurs, like, I just gotta censor that as well, because I'm not trying to take any risks.
The victims of Turkey Tom are fighting with each other over who is the bigger attention whore. Lamau. And No Mouth Must post replies,
Yeah, it seems like the girlies do be infighting.
only fuck BPD girls, so when they try Me Too shenanigans, they fight each other for attention. Brilliant move, Thomas. Randy says, Tom probably doesn't even have to say shit. This is probably just gonna implode on itself. And Denal replies, exactly. The victims going at each other is the end of it all. Mao says, the concept of Kiwi Farms forum fame. And Denal says, it was a bad idea from the start.
Well, I think it was just a bad idea for Tom to even be, like, adjacent with these kinds of girls to begin with, because it's like, it just— that's the kind of stuff that's going to open you up to these sorts of allegations to begin with. Like, it doesn't even necessarily, like, it really does seem like the accusers are kind of just, like, infighting a lot. It seems— and Tom hasn't even said a word, and they're just, like, infighting, and it like, people are like, anyone saying this is a nothing burger is an R slur. Oh, okay, maybe show something damning them. I don't fucking know. Like, what do you want me to say about it? Like, you haven't shown anything that's, like, damning enough for me to say that Tom is a bad person, and you guys are infighting a fuck ton now.
Willie Mac tweets the post by saying, Turkey Tom does nothing. The accusers implode.
Hey, Willie Mac, the GOAT.
And Smaggle replies, Turkey Tom does nothing. Okay, Willie. And Willie replies, has he responded yet, Smaggle? Because if he hasn't, that would mean he's done nothing yet. And Smaggle replies, in that same post, she says he blocked her on Instagram. Not a response, but not nothing either. Attaching what we read earlier. And Willie replies, that literally doesn't mean anything. You're a retard.
Whoa! Bad word, Willie Mac.
And Smaggle replies, next time, cover all your bases first, Willie, before stating something so stupid. And Scott replies, you sound terminally online.
True. I feel like the only people that are really outraged by this Turkey Tom stuff are just, like, super terminally online Kiwi Farms people. I'm just not really outraged by it because I haven't seen anything explicit. We heard, like, one potentially serious accusation, but it doesn't seem like there's enough, like, proof for that allegation, so I kind of don't really— I'm leaning on the side of this just being a nothing burger, truthfully.
And Levin Harley says, Willie has never once covered all his bases, Smaggle. He actively goes into shit barely knowledgeable on the topic, but pretends to be the smartest in the room on said subject.
I don't think that's entirely true, but okay.
He's a retarded nerd.
Whoa!
Clone. Destiny quote tweets Willie Mac by saying, it's easy to make it through accusations when no one covers anything, and everyone is willing to sweep for you. Yes. And
oh, wow, interesting. It sounds like Destiny— I don't know, man. Destiny's not a good person. It sounds to me like Destiny is just projecting all of his, like, experiences with BPD women and all of his, like, hookups with women and, like, the non-consensually sharing other people's nudes and stuff. Like, it just seems like Destiny is just projecting his own, like, emotions and his, like, terrible, like, experience with, like, women in general.
King replies, speaking from experience. Curiosity Rover replies, Nick covered it the other night. Chud covered it a few days ago. Noel is hosting a talk with the girls. I've seen multiple videos detailing it. Actual difference is that you clearly were in the wrong and admitted to it. Tom hasn't responded and nothing has been substantiated. Gracie tweets out this picture with a caption, Turkey Tom is attempting to beat the allegations of only liking anorexic women by liking reels of John Cena talking about fucking fat chicks. We have this picture where a caption says, would you ever do a fat chick? And John is saying absolutely, and then down here showing Turkey Tom liking it. And then Fluid replies, man.
Okay, so it sounds like he's active on social media to some extent, but maybe he's still like working on his response. I don't fucking know.
And me and my friends were joking about people getting psycho over shit you've liked on IG, but here you people are. I guess she was right in saying you can't like an unhinged meme on IG just because it made you laugh. And Gracie replies, I am being ironic here. Then another ex of Tom's comes forward with a document. This time,
oh great, another one? Oh my god. How many exes have you fucked, Turkey Tom? How many like Kiwi Farms adjacent people have you slept with?
it is Kai posting a document with a caption, My experience with a Turkey Tom / Anon Bird. And the document starts off saying, My name is Caitlin / Kai, and I dated Turkey Tom on and off between August 2020 to November 2023, ages 17 to 20/21 for about 3 years total. Here are a couple pictures of us together that I don't think I've posted previously, but regardless, you can see we are the same person based on this recent photo of me. And then she attaches these 3 images, 2 of her and Turkey Tom, and 1 of her.
You know, one day women will beat the nose ring allegations. One day. Bro, this woman has a nose ring. Just one day. One day women will beat the nose ring theory accusations. Just one day. One day.
Just alone, and she said,
I'm sure there's normal women with nose rings out there, but like just one fucking day.
Says, this is something I really thought I would never have to respond to. I have spent over 2 years going out of my way to avoid addressing any of the claims made about me or my relationship. I even privated all of my social media for a very long time, because I have never wanted to be a spectacle for people to poke at intimate details of my life for their own entertainment. Given recent events, however, I feel a sense of responsibility to say something. Tom and I had a very mutually toxic relationship, and yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a mutually toxic relationship, then, so why should I care?
We both cheated on each other online.
Oh, okay. That sucks. I don't really care, though.
This behavior isn't good from either of us, but are private matters that don't in any way deserve to be blasted on the internet by me, and I would never feel the need to put that out to the world.
So why are you coming out with this? What the fuck is happening? If you're saying that it like doesn't need to be like out there on the internet, like why are you coming forward with it then if it needs to be private?
By my own choice. Unfortunately, it's been made public against either of our wishes, so I thought I should just acknowledge it.
Great.
Now, to give my experience with Tom in relation to the serious allegations being made by former partners, there is a lot of information being shared that I find to be extremely unnecessary, with the driving motivator to humiliate him. I find this behavior to be abhorrent and will not address any minor anecdote about him that doesn't carry emotional relevance. I really need to stress that this is just my experience, and he may have acted differently with the girls who he was involved with after me. I am not undermining anyone's experiences, and don't wish to speculate on their credibility. I will directly reply to him as a partner overall at the end. In regards to recording sexual encounters.
Yeah, so it sounds to me like Tom just hooked up with a bunch of like BPD girlies after he went through a breakup of a 3-year relationship. That's to me what this sounds like, and it seems like Tom would just be willing to like fuck anybody. All right. I mean, that kind of makes sense. Like, given like you want to like sleep with a lot of girls and you'll just take anyone because, you know, you're kind of going through like a breakup and dealing with shit. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't really care about that. You know, dude was going through a breakup. He was willing to like fuck anybody. Like, I don't think Tom is attracted to children. I haven't seen anything substantial about recording sexual encounters. I don't really give a fuck about anything that I'm seeing here. It just kind of seems, this whole thing seems so stupid and like overblown.
The few times we did record anything, it was either with explicit permission beforehand or an established consent based on previous conversations in our long-term relationship. It
cool.
Really wasn't a frequent thing that happened, mostly before we started living together and were long distance. There are a lot of things we did where I look back and shake my head because my standards for myself really have changed so much since then, but everything was always consensual between us. There were a few instances where I became uncomfortable with an encounter, and he was understanding and would not continue after I voiced discomfort. I don't think this is an allegation being made about him, but I wanted to stress that nothing in the bedroom that was rough or aggressive ever translated to domestic interactions. There are a lot of negative things to say about Tom, but he was always surprised surprisingly patient and never did so much as yell at me. I never once felt fearful of him when he was angry the entire time we were in a relationship, which included living together for over 6 months. There has been a message circulating that Tom and I participated in age play, which is just a blatant twisting of the truth. Tom definitely romanticizes power dynamics and heavy dom/sub stuff, but that was never expressed through age-related dynamic role-playing. It's clear he has a type for Sanrio mentally ill e-girls, but I just can't say from my experience that it was ever pedophilic in nature.
Yeah, it doesn't sound to me like Tom is interested in kids.
The person I knew between the years of 2020 to 2023 was not into those things. Anything after that, I wouldn't know. It is true that Tom has a blackmail folder on me consisting of phone recordings and text messages. I've no
Okay, what does that mean? I mean, is it the folder that's like just in case? If that's the folder she's referring to, I've already established that like that was just like in case other girls came out about him and like made allegations against him. But like I don't know if that's necessarily like a blackmail folder, like really.
known about it for a very long time because he told me.
It just doesn't seem like, I mean, based on what I like remember, it didn't seem like it was a blackmail folder necessarily.
We were messy as fuck, okay? I have never had any intentions of speaking about him publicly, but I did decide to be evil after one of the times we broke up and tell him I was going to ruin his career because he was ignoring me, and I knew it would freak him out. So, like, yeah.
Why is she coming out about this? Like, what does she hope to get out of it? To, like, set some record straight? To like say that Tom was a bad guy? Like, I'm so confused by her motivation about this. Like, her motivation is all over the place. Like, she started off saying that Tom was a bad person, that it was a toxic relationship mutually, but then now suddenly it's a like now she's like defending him from some allegations. I just don't get it. Like, what is the motivation here?
I get his concern, even though I've clarified a million times that I would never do that. This was extremely shitty of me, and I'm really embarrassed to admit to it publicly, but without this context, it looks worse than it is. I do not feel at all fearful about him leaking anything private relating to me in response to this, because I think I've been very respectful, along with everything being the truth. Overall, Tom as a person is extremely flawed, and I'm disappointed to see he is still generally self-centered around sex as an act. Our relationship really fucked me up for a while, and certain things still affect me negatively from it. According to what some have said, it goes both ways. Most of the things that hurt me about our relationship don't have much crossover with what other people have said about him, so I feel relieved that I can still maintain some privacy in a sense. We literally met as minors, and it's still the longest relationship I've been in. You don't date someone for over 3 years if you think they are an irredeemable piece of shit. I've never known him to be a person capable of these things, but everyone who has spoken up about him has been after we broke up, so I just couldn't know. As sad and angry as he's made me feel, I've never thought of him to be heartless or sadistically cruel, just as someone that has a lot of issues. All I have is my own experience to use as my guide for what I think is true, but others shouldn't take it as gospel above someone else's testimony. I apologize for my brevity, as I only want to give pointed answers to avoid relaying intimate details about my sex.
Sorry that I'm not like pausing or giving commentary throughout this thing. It just, I don't really have much I can say on any of this. It's just like all of this seems really stupid. I'm kind of just like over it. Like, once the Turkey Tom, like, like, once we're done with this video, I feel like we're just gonna, like, drop the Turkey Tom shit and move on, because, like, I don't really have much else I can say on it. You know, maybe there's more damning evidence that comes out, and maybe I'll cover that. Maybe Turkey Tom will release a response video destroying the allegations. Maybe I'll react to that if I'm feeling up for it. But so far, as far as I'm concerned, unless anything significant happens or like there's any significant developments on this story, like I think this is going to be the last video that I talk about this situation, because this whole thing seems really stupid.
Life with an ex. I do not want to come across like I'm exposing Turkey Tom. I just felt morally inclined to share my experience about certain things since people have been wanting to specifically hear what I had to say. I don't think there's any need for follow-up. I've said everything I wish to comment on. I hope I can just go about my life without this constantly coming up, because we've been broken up for so long now.
Kai then also follows up her post by saying, "Also just want to say I'm not holding anything back out of fear of Tom releasing embarrassing DMs of me. I'm sure he's fully aware that he'd look completely awful if he did. Nothing about our relationship that I didn't share was bad enough for me to want to tell the whole internet." Then as a new update, Noel, the owner of Kiwi Farms, posts, "The 2 girls who have gone public to accuse Turkey Tom of recording them without consent have asked to speak with me. This is pinned in at 12 p.m. CST/1 p.m. EST.
The fucking owner of Kiwi Farms is hosting a goddamn interview with these girls. I'm legitimately, like, very professional, I guess. Not that Kiwi Farms was ever professional from the start.
If you are a YouTuber and want to ask questions during the stream, you can email or DM me on this account on X for an invite to the forum. My condition is you have to post on a verified account. I'm tired of YouTubers pretending that we don't exist or cannot be interacted with. He then follows up linking a post to a conversation with Katie in Sacramento, and it's a 2-hour video which will be linked in the description if you want to watch it. But over on r/clippedlive, Goofy Doof posts a summary of the stream with a caption, Joshua Moon interview with Turkey Tom alleged victims, and says some highlights. Sexual violence allegations. Sacramento, the girl he dated for 7 months, alleges that he used to violently slap her and beat her during sex.
Yeah, it sounds like Turkey Tom was like a little bit rougher in the bed, but it doesn't necessarily seem to stem from a place of like legitimate abuse based on what I've heard so far.
She wanted to say no or for him to stop, but couldn't because he allegedly covered her mouth. She otherwise also asked him not to be so violent. However, according to her, that was ignored, and their sex continued to be violent. She was asked why she didn't leave him.
It was more rough. Like when you say violent sex, you make it sound like he was like sexually assaulting her or something. I just don't really, I didn't really take that away from these allegations.
But she said in retrospect she should have. On the few times he could finish during sex, it was only when Sacramento was screaming in pain and begging him to stop, allegedly. The other girl, Left 4 Dead/Katie, also alleged that he acted violently towards her. Video allegations. Both of them allege that he used to record them without their consent and do not know how many or what videos he has of them.
Well, I would need to see that. I would need to see like legitimate evidence that he was like recording them. Like you don't have to like show revenge porn or anything, but there needs to be like something more substantial than what's already out there, because I can't run with these allegations, because it's a very serious thing to accuse someone that they're non-consensually recording you during sex. That is a very heavy allegation. And also, at the very least, you probably should like file a police report to some extent. I heard some of them said that they were going to file a police report. I don't know how far that's going to go. I just don't even know what to, like, okay, I don't know, man. I'm just like kind of over this.
Sacramento asked for the videos to be sent to her so she can get an idea of what he recorded, a request which was apparently ignored/declined. And just to add on for context, on the stream, Sacramento said this was while they were dating, not afterwards, so just adding that as context. But the poster continues. He allegedly couldn't ejaculate during sex, so he used those videos to finish right after, which weirded the girls out. Sacramento wants to reach out to law enforcement to recover the videos he allegedly took unconsensually. Age play allegations. The first time he saw both of them naked, he enjoyed how much they looked like little girls, which is what they allege he said verbatim to both of them, which weirded them out. He allegedly sent his nudes to Ellie, an alleged age player, and Lolicon, which were being sextorted, which begs the question as to why he was interacting with someone whose Insta profile is just allegedly role-playing a child. Funny allegations. He allegedly told one girl that when he met up with Destiny, Destiny was wearing a butt plug. He allegedly hates his YouTube career and
what the fuck even is this allegation that Destiny has a butt plug and somehow he ties back into it all? I honestly wouldn't doubt Destiny ties into this shit, because this seems like the kind of degenerate shit Destiny would be tied to, but I still just do not have enough information to go off of anything here.
Wants to be a rock star. Some of my thoughts. If true, it does make sense why he wasn't so harsh on Destiny during his allegations, considering that Destiny seems to be a role model to him and WRT mistreating women.
Maybe. We just don't really have anything. I don't have anything to say here.
It also matches up as to the latest Half-Baked podcasts, where he talks like iDubbbz in a low disinterested voice, which would signal less interest in YouTube. Final thoughts. As Nick said on stream, this is not a nothing burger, and 3 allegations need to be addressed. Him beating women unconsensually, him recording them unconsensually.
Okay, I mean, that I agree with. He probably should address those to some capacity. So far, he's been silent. Probably not a good look that you've been silent for a while, but I mean, I guess maybe he's cooking up his response, so I guess we'll let him cook for a little longer.
And him being into age play.
Don't care. Truthfully, I don't care. It's weird, but I don't care that he's like into age play, role play. It means nothing to me. I don't care.
Also on the Clipped Live subreddit, Blue Diamond posts, co-host of the Half-Baked podcast Lord Vega has released a response in regards to the Turkey Tom drama. And it's Vega saying, "Hey guys, wanted to give an update. Pretty sure everyone knows the drama with Tom, and I'm aware of it. If you're not, then Nick did cover it on his stream and believe he has that segment uploaded to his channel if you're curious. As for Half-Baked, we'll be on hiatus until he responds, if at all, from my understanding. In the future, near or far, if one of the hosts drops out, I won't be continuing with the show either. Half-Baked is is Tom, Nick, and Vega. That's it. If the boys want to continue with other hosts under the same brand and channel, Nick plus 2 or Tom plus 2, whatever, they're more than welcome to. If they're interested in another show somewhere else, I'm down. If they want to continue somewhere else with someone else, Nick plus Tom plus 1, whatever variation, that's also cool with me. They've known me for almost a decade. They know me pretty well at this point. I'll transfer over everything, help out wherever I can, and hope the show gets huge. I'll be watching and supporting as a fan this time. No hard feelings. Shit happens, guys. That's life, you know? They're still the homies. As for me, if Half-Baked ends, I've been working on my channel content for a while. Too long, I know. So you can find me there or any of my socials, if you're interested. And Ceramic Bean replies to the post by saying, Vega is a stand-up guy, and I'll miss the hell out of Half-Baked. It's a real reason to be bothered by Tom being a dumb gooner. And Goofy Doof replies, you need to stop saying dumb gooner, Lamau. It's the same thing people tried with the Destiny situation.
Well, the Destiny situation was, like, much worse. Like, Destiny, like, was verifiably, like, non-consensually recording girls without their consent, and, like, also, well, not recording. Verifiably, he sent other people girls' nudes without their consent. It's still just as bad. And then Destiny apparently, like, had, like, later that year it got revealed that, like, Destiny had, like, CSAM of, like, a 17-year-old. It was, like, very weird shit. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the Destiny shit is much worse than the Turkey Tom shit. The Turkey Tom shit just doesn't have enough evidence for me to definitively say that he's, like, guilty.
The allegations aren't simply that he is into weird shit, it's the allegations that he beat women without their consent, recorded them without their consent, and is into age play. It could be false for all
It doesn't, like, literally, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he's into age play. It's really not any of our business. You could say it's weird, that's fine, but everybody is treating this whole age play thing as if it's the smoking gun that's gonna be, like, Tom being attracted to minors. It literally, like, it doesn't matter. It's none of our business. You could say it's weird. I'm fine if you say it's weird. If you don't like it and you think it's weird, that's fine. You can criticize it for being weird, but you're pretending like that's him being attracted to minors or something. Stop saying it as if it's a smoking gun. Okay? It's not the smoking gun that you think it is. If he's legitimately attracted to minors, that's something. If he is into role-playing people being younger, means nothing, even if it's weird. Just to be absolutely clear.
We know, but he isn't just a dumb gooner. And then there is a few replies to this post, first by Craig saying, the real problem here is he made a stop gooning merchandise while being a dumb gooner. Biospark who says, not really comparable, since we have proof of Destiny's misdeeds.
Yeah, like I said, like, the Destiny allegations are much more damning and much more credible from what I've seen. It's been a while since I looked at it, though, because it happened last year. It's crazy that it's already been a year since it happened.
Katsuya who says, also isn't gooning masturbation? That's like the opposite of what apparently happened. And PSP Man who says, allegations are allegations, not facts. As far as I've seen, there's no dead to rights proof he beat anybody. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko, Salsao, Dakota's Bandito, Captain Crashout, and Papa Guts.
Whoa, Papa Gut, based.
Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, these allegations seem really stupid from what I've seen. There's not enough evidence. I mean, I've already said it throughout this whole video. If you've been paying attention, you already know what my take is, but I'll just reiterate here. There's not enough evidence to say that he non-consensually recorded other girls. The whole age play stuff is not really any of our business. I don't necessarily care about that. Again, you can criticize it for being weird, but just because it's weird doesn't mean he's like a predator that likes kids. So I guess we'll either wait for Turkey Tom's response, or this is the last time I'm going to talk about this, and I kind of hope this is the last time I have to talk about this, because these allegations seem really fucking stupid.